Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A man is in critical condition after being shot overnight. A woman is apprehended and charged with attempted murder.
Plus, consumer advocates claim victory for Illinois natural gas customers. We'll tell you about Rockford's connection to a recent rate decision.
And local veterans learn about employment opportunities in the state line. Organizers say today's event's about setting former service members on the path toward future success. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. A Rockford woman is arrested after she's accused of trying to kill someone.
Police say she shot a man during an argument. Around 1 this morning, Ariana Hawkins was taken into custody after a shooting near Evelyn and Auburn Streets. Officers say they heard the shots fired. When police arrived to the area, they found a man lying in the street, suffering from a gunshot wound to his torso. Witnesses told officers the man was shot during an argument with Hawkins. A short time later, Hawkins' car was stopped on Auburn Street near the North Main roundabout. She was taken to the Winnebago County Jail. Hawkins is charged with attempted murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. The man's being treated for his life-threatening injury and is listed in critical condition. Federal investigators provide their first update as they investigate why a Chicago train hit a piece of slower-moving equipment in front of it.
That crash hurt nearly 40 people yesterday. Service on the line that connects Skokie to Chicago's north side was suspended. Julian Cruz reports on efforts to get trains rolling again.
We held our first organizational meeting this morning.
We caught National Transportation Safety Board Chair Jennifer Homendy earlier today driving onto the crash site near Clark and Howard.
We'll split up in our investigative groups and start our investigation.
38 people injured yesterday morning when a southbound CTA Yellow Line train smashed into the back of a rolling snow removal apparatus. Among the 3 critically injured, according to investigators, is the train operator himself. The backdrop to today's press conference is news of a second negligence complaint versus the Chicago Transit Authority, filed on behalf of Matthew Jones, a 67-year-old passenger on board that ill-fated Yellow Line train. Jones said to have suffered a severe head injury and laceration on his forehead with a possible concussion and knee injury. The central question surrounding the frightening mishap is how did the train and snow removal equipment wind up on the same track? Matthew's attorneys with Clifford Law today say they can't understand how something like this could happen in 2023.
Today is the last day UAW workers could vote on the deal with Stellantis, and preliminary results show it will pass. The new deal includes a 25% base wage increase, return of cost of living adjustments, as well as reopening the Belvidere Stellantis plant and adding a brand new multi-million-dollar battery plant in the state line. The latest numbers from the UAW show nearly 70% of all workers voted yes to the new contract.
Expect to see your natural gas bill going up, but consumer advocates say not by a lot. We told you last night the Illinois Commerce Commission approved rate hikes for major utilities in the state, including Nicor. But those companies didn't get everything they asked for. The ICC says Nicor wanted a more than $320 million increase, but the commission rejected nearly $100 million of that request due to impacts on the state's efforts towards decarbonization and electrification.
The Illinois Commerce Commission held the utilities accountable and gave them a strong message that it's no longer business as usual in Illinois. It's been a rough 2 years for consumers. A lot of consumers are in crisis trying to afford their energy bills. But the fact that these rate hikes got slashed by hundreds of millions of dollars is good news.
The Commerce Commission's decision also includes a new low-income discount rate for customers whose incomes are up to 300% of the federal poverty level. Qualified customers are also automatically enrolled in the LIHEAP program. Former Rockford Mayor Doug Scott is ICC chairman. Experts call new housing market statistics surprising. Home building picked up last month. Groundbreaking for new homes rose nearly 2% in October. Permits for new construction were up around 1%. Both numbers are stronger than expected. Home builders have offered deals on mortgages and other incentives to attract buyers.
Eating is, of course, a huge part of any holiday celebration, but if you're not careful, you could be left feeling sick. Experts say food poisoning cases tend to increase in November and December. That's because many holiday foods include raw ingredients. Healthcare specialists recommend using a food thermometer to tell when your food is cooked thoroughly. One OSF clinical dietitian says another important reminder is to keep all foods separated in your fridge.
You don't ever want to mix things, so in your refrigerator, all of your meat should be on the bottom away from everything else. Your vegetables, your fruit should be separate from that. You don't ever want to mix raw and ready to eat cold items together, because that's an easy cross-contamination, easy for bacteria to move back and forth.
Experts say bacteria can grow quickly in the danger zone between 40 to 140 degrees. Perishable foods should be refrigerated within 2 hours of preparation or serving. A local church is offering a meal for the holidays. Edge Community Fellowship is hosting a free community dinner on Thanksgiving. The event will be held at the church on Kilbert Avenue from 2 until 7 p.m. The fellowship's pastors are encouraging everyone to come out and enjoy the food.
State line veterans receive special training to create future careers. The Greater Rockford Chamber of Commerce held a veterans employment, education, and training seminar. Experts taught former service members how to navigate GI Bill benefits and financial aid support. Veterans also heard how their skill sets can help them land careers in industries like manufacturing across the region.
There is such a tremendous opportunity in front of us over the next 8 or 10 years where decisions that are made and directions that are taken are going to have tremendous impact in communities and for individuals. And we want to solve that last mile problem. We want to bring the veteran-owned businesses, the other businesses together with the veteran community and make sure that they all benefit from this tremendous opportunity that's in front of us right now.
Organizers say today's event isn't simply about finding jobs, it's about launching careers.
We here at Eyewitness News want to recognize remarkable women in our community. You can nominate someone who's made a difference in self-achievement, community contribution, or family impact. Just scan the flow code on your screen or click the community tab on our website to submit their story. A historic resolution's filed in the U.S. House of Representatives.
Up next, one New York congressman could soon find himself out of a job.
And coming up at 6, the State Line family looks to keep the community safe in the wake of tragedy. Their efforts focus on handing out free cameras to residents.
And officially, our high temperature will go down in the upper 50s for many of us, but the afternoon was spent closer to the 40s. I'll let you know when we see temperatures as far as the 30s coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
U.S. lawmakers file a resolution in the House of Representatives to kick George Santos out of Congress.
The move comes after the House Ethics Committee released its report on the New York representative. Basil John reports on the historic resolution.
New York Republican Congressman George Santos will face another expulsion vote when Congress returns from Thanksgiving break.
This is an indication that Congress seems to be ready to move on from Representative Santos.
Republican Congressman Michael Guest, chairman of the House Ethics Committee, introduced the resolution. In a statement, he said the evidence his committee uncovered is, quote, more than sufficient to warrant punishment, and the most appropriate punishment is expulsion.
It seems in this case that literally anyone else would be more effective in that position because they can walk into a room on Capitol Hill and not be the first one voted off the island.
George Washington University's Legislative Affairs Program Director, Casey Burgett, says time isn't on Santos's side.
The more time that goes on, the more names, the more signatories supporting this motion, the worse news it is for Representative Santos.
If Santos is expelled from the House, it would be only the third time it's happened since the Civil War.
Expulsion is kind of the last arrow in the quiver, at least historically. It's the thing that you never bring out unless the crimes are just so unbecoming of someone serving in that office.
Burgett says although Santos beat the first attempt to remove him earlier this month, the new report changes everything.
And then the findings are incredibly specific, they're incredibly damning, and then more importantly for Republicans, they're embarrassing.
If he's removed, New York would then hold a new special election to fill the district seat. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Our weekend forecast looks to have the state line sitting in the 50s.
Coming up, Jordan's Thanksgiving week window gets wider. We'll look at how chilly it's going to get, although chilly might be an understatement.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Well, temperatures at the moment are significantly cooler than where they were at this time yesterday by a margin of around 20 degrees in some spots. After a cold front came through early this morning, many of those temperatures sitting around 15, even close to 20 and 25 degrees cooler than where they were just this time yesterday. Those temperatures currently sitting in the 40s and in the 30s in a few spots already. Down to 39 right now in Rockford, 38 in Rochelle, 39 in DeKalb and in Freeport, still holding on to 40 degrees in Monroe. But notice where a lot of these dew points are sitting, down in the 20s, teens, and even close to the single digits. And as a result, those temperatures will fall a lot quicker into the night tonight than they would if those dew points were a lot closer to where those temperatures currently sit. Much drier air kind of filtering in behind that cold front with high pressure generally working into the area. And that's what's allowing those clearing skies to take place as well as those cooling temperatures. We are still holding on to those clear skies out there across the state line. Just a little hint of color off in the horizon where the sun has just recently set, and now that night is falling, we are seeing those temperatures falling as a result as well. Down to 25 is where we head for the overnight hours tonight underneath those very clear skies, leading to a fairly chilly night, even though winds will be shifting from the northwest to the southwest, not all that strong enough to kind of keep temperatures a little bit warmer than they otherwise will be. We are back up to 52 during the day tomorrow with quite a bit more sunshine. A little bit breezy though, with winds out of the southwest, helping to kind of bring some of that slightly warmer air into the area as well. A little bit more mild and a lot closer to normal for this time of year once we get into the early part of the week, Monday and Tuesday, with another cold front passage, but this system actually will pass to our south. That system kind of passing to the south, leading to the majority of the precipitation also remaining to the south as well, where the higher moisture content in the atmosphere will remain. Once that moves out of the way, much cooler air will be working its way in following that. That low pressure system kind of showing here across the United States, but the colder air going to be working in coming from northern Canada, and that's going to kind of filter in behind that system going out of the area, leading to temperatures falling very quickly once we get into the middle of the week. So fairly close to normal for Monday and Tuesday with those rain chances, 47 and 44 degrees, but a lot cooler once we get into Wednesday and going into Thursday. High temperatures falling back down into the 30s. That cooler trend also sticking with us once we get into kind of the longer term. The Climate Prediction Center is favoring those below normal temperatures to continue as we get into the last couple of days and last week or so of the month of November. Normal temperatures for that time of year are down in the lower 40s. Still holding on to the 50s for a couple of days and even above normal as we get into Monday. Chances for rain, though, starting to work their way in following that sunnier weekend. Those rain chances then followed by those cooler temperatures. And guys, we might even see a chance, still kind of a week out, but there is a small chance for the potential for some snow on Black Friday.
No, thank you. Keeping with the Thanksgiving theme. No Thanksgiving. Thanks, Jordan.
Reagan's in next with sports. More good news for the Bears as they continue preparations for the division-leading Lions.
Plus, the White Sox make a late-night trade. Reagan tells us all about the Southside's big move next.
Now, sports with Reagan Holgate.
The Bears getting some key pieces back after their mini bye week has at least had a slight impact in the eyes of odds makers, now only 7.5-point underdogs. Justin Fields was taken off the injury report today after a full week of practice. The Bears will also activate Khalil Herbert off IR after he missed the last 5 games. Deontay Foreman is questionable with his ankle injury. Tremaine Edmonds was limited in practice today and also remains questionable for Sunday's matchup in the Motor City. As for Fields, Matt Eberflus saw him make some progress throughout the week working back from his thumb injury and seems confident about his return.
I thought he improved. I thought he got a feel for where he was, and I thought he improved every single day. So you get that, the timing with the receivers, the concepts that you're running that particular week. I thought the accuracy was good as it got better as the week went. He really tried to play last week. Just wasn't there, wasn't ready yet. But with that longer break, he's got a chance to really get back in there, and we did it right. He worked it back in there, and we're excited he's back.
The The White Sox have pulled off the first significant trade of the offseason. They're sending veteran relief pitcher Aaron Bummer to the Braves for a 5-player package as part of Chicago's roster rebuild. Among the players the Sox are getting right-hander Michael Soroka and lefty Jared Schuster, along with infielders Nicky Lopez and Braden Shoemake. Soroka is the headliner of Chris Getz's first trade as the Sox GM. He was once a top pitching prospect, but has fallen back a bit after some injuries and is due to reach free agency after the 2024 season. The Bulls are back tonight at the UC for an Eastern Conference matchup with the Magic. DeMar DeRozan is out for personal reasons. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Now, after 4 days of rest, the Hogs are looking to get back in the win column after a couple of tough losses last week. They have a chance to rebound tonight as they welcome in the Milwaukee Admirals to the BMO Center for the first time this season. Both teams sit at 5-5 in the middle of the Central Division standings. Tonight is the first of 12 meetings between the two clubs this season. The Hogs have been outscored 14-3 in their last 3 games and have not scored a single goal in the first period. Hoping to flip that script tonight. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. That's sports. We'll be right back.
If you want to finish up some fall cleanup or maybe put up some Christmas decorations, this weekend might be the last time.
Yeah, right. Saturday and Sunday look great. If you wait until Thanksgiving, probably not as great an idea.
Right, and I don't know, maybe if might be able to give a little bit of a couple extra days to get the Christmas decorations up, maybe we can extend that for a couple days early before Thanksgiving. Normally, I'm a wait till after Thanksgiving.
You're a Thanksgiving guy, right?
So
no,
wait till
no
after.
tree, no lights until Thanksgiving.
No, with the cooler weather, I think I can give a couple of days leeway.
You don't have to turn them on.
So you're getting everybody a pass.
Right, there you go. You don't have to turn them on. Just open them up and get them out there so they're ready to go, and you don't have to worry about it going out in the cold. But we do have some fantastic weather here for the weekend, especially given the kind of standards that we have for November. The first one, interactive radar from Rockford Auto Glass and More, showing the clear skies. Temperatures falling to the 20s overnight tonight. Plenty of sunshine for the weekend. 52 on Saturday, 53 on Sunday. Rain chances Monday and Tuesday, and we're much cooler for Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Jordan.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.